Thanks for the sub.
Go.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, guys. Welcome to Good Morning RPG. My name is Leia. This is Matt, and I didn't get a clear go.
Yeah, it the nothing moved correctly, and it also got me. It faded instead of doing like the move one that I'm used to. And I went, oh, okay.
Like counted it down, and then
It
like
did go. Yeah.
your three.
Yeah.
Like, was that a two? Are we
Are we
live? Are
live?
we good? Hi guys.
Hello,
Good
Tom. Hey,
morning.
Shawnee. Hey, Elliot. How you doing? Yes. Why is
8-bit
this?
Elliot, thanks so much for the 5 months of subscription.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, man.
I didn't mean to do that.
What did you do?
With my lights just turned off.
Oh, okay. What's going on? I can actually see chat now that I've changed. We were talking yesterday or last week about changing our setups and stuff like that, and I went into a frenzy and changed my setup. My laptop went from being over here, now it's over here again, to where it was earlier in the year. Now I can see chat again. I don't have to duck and weave to see chat.
You have to, yeah, you can see all the wonderful, beautiful comments. We lurk and we live. Yeah, we live.
Yeah, you can see all the people.
We also
Nice.
I also didn't post on
Tom.
socials. One, because it was too late and we should have gone live. Two, I want to see what happens when we don't, and see if anyone see if socials even matter. See if people just ignore them.
Do socials even matter?
Just like, does it matter? Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, yes. So a bomb's also gone off in my room, but I can happily say that you can actually kind of see some of it behind. In that, why is that? So, oh, it's less blue and actually more purple. Sometimes they matter, right? Like that's the thing. It's like you got to do all of these ones for sometimes.
I see that there's like one empty cubby hole, but like I
Yes.
also have one empty cubby hole.
Yeah, well, I cleaned out all of the board games that are usually visible. So like behind here, there's a dragon that I need to light. There's a somewhere just above my head, you might see like a beholder up there, but it's like a Destiny Ghost Beholder shell. Because they did this D&D crossover and they released a merch piece for it. And then down here somewhere,
Oh, that's super
that one's also spare.
cool.
And then directly behind me, I think, is board games because you'll never see that cube. So I was like, well, I'll just put some of the board games there. And then like the usual ones, like the Horizon one and the mini shelves, they can't change. Well, actually, the mini shelves can't change. The Horizon one could, and I don't change it.
I get that. I put my, oh my gosh, I don't know if I talked about this, but when we moved, we have this fireplace that's like in the middle of the like dining gaming room and like our living room. So we went to IKEA and got a bunch of glass shelves that like are like stack. So we made like this like glass display wall. And I've got my Horizon tall neck inside. And you can see the front and the back. I put it right in the middle. It's so cool.
I like that.
Like I love putting all my Legos in there, especially like the video game ones, the ones that are like the TVs and stuff like that, because they always have cool stuff on the back that I don't feel like you almost never see.
Yeah.
So it's like I put them in there, and it's like when you're in the living room, if you look up, you can see like the back. I've got like a cool TV that came out.
Yeah.
My Sega, and it's got like a description on the back of the tube TV. It's so freaking cool. I love that shit. I love Lego. I love Lego. If you can't tell by my
I was about to say, what's the one on the far left of the shot? Like the house thing, yeah.
So that's actually a 3D printed tavern that comes apart.
Okay, because I was like, it's sitting with the Lego and it's kind of scaled to Lego, so I was like, oh, okay, what's that Lego?
I actually have to move that because it's not finished. It was one of those projects that I started, but then like couldn't decide on stuff, so it just got back shelved, and now it's sitting up there. I do have to move it eventually. I'm just gonna put Rivendell right in that corner. I didn't think you'd be able to see that, but you can see it.
That's fair. Well, you did just move it all. Where is this here? So, I guess Finn's probably the easiest one.
Camera up so you can see more stuff.
So yes, so you can see. So this shelf in here. So I've got my webcam going. Also, by the way, anyone who's been looking for the cat, it's been there the whole time. No one's found it in like 6 months plus. You just had to go slightly up from Finn like the whole time, and no one got there, which I find hilarious. Because the camera can go like all the way over this way, like until you hit the no mat. Where am I? Where is it? Right here.
Where is it? Where am I?
To that part of it. You can see. Yeah, I gotta hide the cat again. I was waiting for someone to find it first. They were there the whole time. But yes, no. Now I've put my my D&D Lego set up there because I've been wanting to put that up there for so long.
Yeah.
For so long, and then it was just the pirate ship and all the bits for the pirate ship. However, like the beachy sand bit, I did have to move, but I've just moved it literally to the top of the shelf next to it, and then I've got my big pirate ship right next to it, like that big classic set from whenever, but that they remade. And then I've got my One Piece Split the Party themed sticker that I made straight under the pirate ship because I thought that was thematic and appropriate.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do love that. I also had a Lego pirate ship. It was so cool.
Yeah. I gotta take some nice photos of it because I got all the I got all of the what are they called? The Lego minifigures blind boxes. I managed to get the entire D&D set because I went into a Kmart and you can get an app that scans a little QR code on it, and it tells you what's in it.
Oh yeah.
So we
I've
spent
seen
about
those.
45 minutes scanning the whole box. Actually, we scanned through like 4 boxes, and we got all of them except one. And it's the one that everyone keeps pilfering the boxes for, because apparently in the Lego spheres, it's got a unique piece to it, and it's like a full suit of plate armor. So if you ever get the Dragonborn Paladin out of those boxes, apparently that's the rare. It's not rare. It's probably just as likely as the rest of them, but everyone's pinching them out of the boxes because they like the piece.
Yeah. I'd love to get a Lady of Pain, especially since
I've got a spare one
for the Planescape stuff.
Yeah, I've got a spare one. So you would notice. Actually, look at the very top of the Lego tower. In fact.
Well, if you've got a spare one,
I do have a spare one.
You send me all those ladies. You should send me one.
The ladies, these ones.
Well, didn't you say that you had a bunch of sisters of battle that like?
Oh yeah, they're right here. Like literally in this box.
Oh yeah, that box.
That's all of them.
Yeah, I told you I'd buy some of those ladies.
Oh yes, then I will chuck it in there. Absolutely. I did forget about our conversation. To be honest, I haven't chased it up since I asked you, like with anyone that I asked if they wanted them. So I went, no, yeah, I'll get around to that.
I mean, I'm on like a sister's kick right now, so I'm paying attention to all of this stuff.
I did. Fair warning, I made them look like the cool versions, so. There are probably more heavy weapons and special weapons on them that are legal. Looking at the kit now, I'm like, I did manage to put a heavy bolter and a heavy flamer on 2 of these models.
I do not care. Whatever. I think honestly, I think when I built my first set, that's what I did, is I just built whatever. That's like why one of my sister superiors has the crossbow. The crossbow looks the coolest. Excuse me, I have hiccups all of a sudden. Whereas this is the set that I got for what was it called? Not
the
Kill Team.
Purgatos thing? Combat Patrol?
No. Combat Patrol. This is the Combat Patrol box that I got. And I did build them the way you're supposed to build them, although you don't really have any other choice.
Yeah.
To build them the way that you're supposed to. Although I'm really excited. I want to paint this lady real bad.
Oh,
this is the sister. This is the Canoness I now have twice because I bought one on eBay, and then the Combat Patrol came with one as well. But I think she's got the coolest freaking pose. I'm very excited to paint this miniature.
Okay, good.
All these ladies to finish, and then I made myself a little box. These are the girls that are almost finished. I almost have these finished. They need some finishing touches. This guy doesn't need any purple. That's the only reason why he's still in there.
Yeah, it's kind of what this box is in front of me now. It's like the box of stuff that I want to get to soon, or like the sisters in particular. You know, that was very much an impulse purchase that I was like, I like this, but I know that I bought this because I got it cheaper than it should have been. And so it's definitely affected that. Sorry?
We can't see what's on your desk, by the way.
Oh, yes, my bad.
It went back to the castle.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Well, the castle is fun and good. I like the castle a lot. What's pan? Pan is left and right. Okay.
No, I understand that. There's a part of me that really wants to paint something else, something different.
Yeah, but that's the urge to paint something different, and then you'll never paint these because that's my curse.
But like
I have started so many fucking things. I have finished barely any of them.
Determined to. So I am, as the title says, I am batch painting. I am going through. I am painting the same thing on everybody at the same time. So all of my ladies have been, I primed them with black, I dry brushed them. I did all of the silver. I washed them with Nuln oil, and now they are ready for their purple tabards. So why does it keep going back to your castle? That is so weird.
Oh no, I keep bringing it up. My filters aren't working, so you can't like control where it goes right now.
Because I keep seeing the scene change, and my ADHD is like, oh, something changed.
Yes, no, sorry, that's entirely my fault. Yeah, it's
Thanks for triggering my ADHD.
it's cause the I don't fully understand what's going on with it. It's every time like if the camera isn't plugged in when I start the computer, OBS will lose what it's linked to. And so I have to go manually link one of two things, but I can never remember which one it is. And then it fucks up. So if it doesn't work on my stream deck, it means that chat can't do it either. And I can never remember which one it is. If it's this this positioning one here, or if it's the other one.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to like nitpick at you.
No, you're good. Okay, that one doesn't work at all. Look, that's an after stream problem by the sounds of it. So you can go to Lizard Cam, but you can't control it yourself. Oh, you there, Leia?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you froze for a sec.
Oh man.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
I don't know what.
Show the lizards.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's working. Nice.
Oh man, this feels so weird. I haven't done this in like 7 ever.
7 ever? Like paint them?
7 ever. Yeah. Oh, and I had a conversation with Alex too, because I was telling him that like I'm gonna finish my sisters this year. Like everything that I own right now is gonna be finished by the end of the year. That is the promise I am making to myself.
Okay. Can we get a record of that from someone. Okay. We just got to get a record of that one, and then we'll play it again at the end of the year.
9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 ladies here. I have one dude in there that is like, I don't know, he's got a bit to do. There are...
you specifically just saying sisters?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes.
Okay.
I'm specifically saying just sisters.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 ladies in this box right here that I just showed you guys. There are 6 ladies who are on the cusp of being finished. They need their gold details and some of the white details on like pendants and like shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I then have... Oh, this also does not count the Secrescent that I bought that is from that book. She is not counted because she is not an army miniature. She is a show miniature.
I just heard you say you're gonna do all your sisters. That sounds like that's one of your sisters.
She's not built and she's not finished.
I don't know, man. I feel like you're trying to feel like you're trying to get out of this already.
Oh my god, there are so many sisters under here that I didn't know existed.
I feel like you might be committing crimes just within the same statement.
So I've got the novitiates. There's 10 novitiates. I have another Paragon Warsuit. I've got a Dialogus and a Canoness that need to be finished. I can get this done. This is all that's left.
I believe in you.
Just these ladies. This is the pile of shame. This is it.
Oh, that's actually so manageable.
It's so manageable.
One day I really should set up all of my Tau just to know how deep my shame is. I really should do it. Like my main army is just not done.
Like if I'm feeling bold enough, I might even finish the tanks that I have.
The tanks. I thought you said the tanks were. Are the tanks not in that lot?
All of my tanks are like 70% finished.
Oh, I feel like we gotta if we're gonna say army done, or all of your sisters done, it is all of the sisters done.
Okay, so all of my sisters. I even have to build that other tank that I didn't plan on building.
That sounds like that's still all of the sisters. There is a sisters model. Should it be in that batch?
The only caveat to that is I have to rebuy St. Catherine's.
Yes. Well,
And
if you don't buy it, it doesn't have to count.
I have to rebuy St. Catherine because Alex is like, you can't buy any more miniatures. And I was like, well, I have to buy St. Catherine so I can take pieces out of that to finish the St. Catherines that I have, because I'm going to take the usable parts that I have from the St. Catherines I've already started to finish that particular model.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Deadline with Dead. How you doing? Also, forgot to ask you all, how are you doing? How is everyone doing this this fine Thursday morning? I still don't know if I like this like slightly angled thing I've tried out. Because in D&D game, I literally just shifted back a little bit, and I still can't tell. Still can't tell if I like it.
Don't mind it. I think I'm getting used to it.
I don't mind it for like this stream. For D&D, people were like, I can't remember who I was asking. Was it you as well? For like the D&D one, it's like D&D one should be front on because that's how players play.
I know definitely for D&D, the head-on looks best.
I'm in agreement of that because I did that for Barovia and Dragon Break the other day, and I think I like the front on for that. But like, I don't mind like, 'cause I could go further like this. I think it was like more like this the other day. I don't fully remember, but you get like the mini shelves fully now instead, which I kind of liked because I can't move those shelves any further along because there's 2 doors that way.
Yeah.
Also, enjoy the Stream Deck that cannot move from here while I paint now, partially because this mount that... Elliot, you should actually check out this mount. You might like it if you've got the vertical space. How do I show you it? I'm going to take a photo of it, put it in the Discord. Did I show you it with the dock on there as well, or did I just show you what I did?
Are you talking to me or Elliot?
Both.
Because you showed me.
Because I got this thing off Etsy that was 3D printed, and it's like, for anyone who needs the context, it's like a custom dock that mounts the Stream Deck Plus on a little hinge mount above the Stream Deck XL. But you can also get it configured to have like Stream Deck XL and Stream Deck regular up there, or Stream Deck, I think it's like XL plus something. You could have 2 XLs mounted on each other as well. Oh, bloody.
Oh man, this is bad. You know it's bad when I can barely remember what my paint scheme is supposed to be. Like, what's supposed to be purple again? How do I do this? What am I doing?
I'm gonna chuck it in the Discord if anyone would like to see in the live chat. There's nothing that would be weird there that would be weird or addressy. No, we're good.
You don't dox yourself.
That's pretty much what I was checking. Yeah, no, we're good. I mean, I can literally see it going up now if there's anything. I mean, you'll see my absolutely wonderful cable management that I keep not remembering to clean up. However, this desk setup may change entirely, which is another thought I had when I was doing this. Because Jess and I were like, what if I moved my entire computer tower to the other side of the desk? What if we just did that? And I was like, that's like a whole day task situation. And I also don't know if my cables would reach, and I would have to change where everything sits, because the whole thing would have to flip, in that the Stream Decks would have to go over here, the Go XLR would have to go over here. Actually, the Go XLR might not need to change at all, but like, I would need to change so much. It should be in live chats in the live station. Never mind, found it? Yeah. So it's like the front on view, and then I've got the side view so you can like see the hinge.
Grab a sister so I can remember what my paint scheme is supposed to look like.
The only thing... The only thing that I'm not like super loving about the dock is that like, because it's just on a little single arm mount, when you if you were to press it too hard, it does like rock back a little bit. Just don't press it too hard. I don't know what to paint today. I got 3 options, by the way, to paint. 3 options and no painting handles. But
all right. Okay, so it's just tabards and sleeves. Okay. Grab another one of my sisters to be like, what is this paint scheme supposed to look like when it's done? All right, I'll be right back.
All right. I got options. So I've got the, what's this thing called? The invocation of the elements, the Tau Ethereal. I've got this one that's like in need of washing. I think most of these are either in need of washing or layering, which is nice. And then I've got this character mini. This, oh, fuck. Come on, you're better than this. We've got that one, the character mini. He's got a little floaty drone that he's sending out to go and assess things. He's mostly done. I just need to highlight him. Then we've got the battlesuit guy, the commander. He's also getting on his way. I've washed him and he just needs, I think he needs touching up, and then I can go straight to highlights as well. And then I've got the sausage hobbits. I mean, there's 2 of these, but yeah, there's 2 of these guys who also just need washing. So I got 4 options in mostly the same stage, actually. The sausage hobbits probably need a very small amount of base coating, but they're getting there. But yes, what do y'all think I should paint? Oh.
What are the options?
I've got that invocation elements ethereal. So the wind swept one.
Ooh.
I got Darkstrider, he's probably the most complete out of all of them. I think he just needs highlighting and a little bit of layering. He's like the character with the little drone. I've got Farsight, who I think is done with the shading. Oh, he needs to have a little bit of shield work done as well. Oh, come on. As you can see, my camera's fighting with me today. So that is a enemy from enemy from Imagine Dragons and Arcane, but it's a lo-fi version. They got Farsight, who's on his way, very on his way.
I would say, like, if it's so close, finish Farsight.
I would say the Darkstrider is the closest to being finished. Farsight is like, Farsight looks one of the most finished, but he's got quite a lot to do left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then do your Darkstrider then, I would say.
I don't know.
Do something that's like, what's gonna make you feel like you accomplished something? Like when we're done.
That's why I got these 4, because these 4 are that.
Okay.
They're all like more or less in the same stage. And because they're all character models, they're all going to take forever. Yes. Among mates, I'm going to chuck the playlist in a share link in Discord. It's actually a Spotify playlist called Stream Safe Chill. And they keep adding to it. It's mostly like video game music. I'm going to put that in live chats. But this is what I use to stream most of the time. A lot of it, if I don't put it on random, the start of it's all like Zelda and the Pokey and Chill playlists. All right, I'll do some Farsight. Shawnee's saying Farsight. You said Darkstrider or Farsight.
Yeah, I said Farsight. Man, I feel like
get
you've
on
been
that
doing
Farsight train.
Ever.
Well, Farsight is like literally my favorite Tau model, and so there's a I have to do him right. And also, he's a big model, so it's I have to do him right, and I have to do him over time because he's such a large model.
Yeah.
He's also covered in dust, so I have to do my little makeup brush dusting right now. Much like for dry brushing, if you have a big old makeup brush, they are good for dusting minis if they get dusty, because they are super soft, and unless they have really spindly bits, you can kind of like get in there and get in the crevices a little bit more. Yeah, I can see what I need to do here. I've done the panel lining on him, and now I need to go back. Oh, actually, I'm not done the panel lining on him. Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay, so I panel lined him a bunch, and then I went back to panel line him in like watered down black rather than the Nuln Oil. I remember this. Oh shit, I've also completely reorganized this. I don't know where any of my paints are. Is it this one? It is. The paints are, with the new racks are very much better. They're better organized. Problem is, I don't know where they are anymore. Don't know where they sit now.
Yeah, that's something that I'm having a problem with these guys as well.
Yeah. I love the look of it. It's like, because it's doubled in height, and it fits all of the new, like, it fits all three waves of my Donkey Roads now. However, even though I've sorted it like chromatically, it doesn't sit in my brain of where stuff is. Like regular colors, yes, but when you get to like browns and then like grays and blacks and whites, then it's out the window. I seem to remember that the far right side is the monochromes and browns.
You get used to it eventually as you have it longer.
No doubt. No doubt. Oh. Yeah, these ads really want to pop up today, hey?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like we keep getting a ton of them.
I keep snoozing them as much as possible, but I'm just gonna get this one out of the way. My mic buzzing on your bit?
Oh no, I accidentally moved the my light in front of the camera.
Oh, fair. All right, just heads up, we're getting some ads in about 10 seconds. Consider subscribing if you want to skip some. Haha. Okay. God, he's a big model.
Put my Celestine together, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be
She large.
such a challenge. And she's the same size as all of my other sisters. It's just like I did not put her wings on her back. I'm going to paint those separately.
Yeah, fair.
It's the only thing I've decided to leave off. She's just spindly.
Oh, gosh. I've even taken my meds today. I'm tired. Got that sleep deficit. I already tear this paper. Oh, Leia. I did something that I didn't. I was like, I'll do this. Why not? Treaty. I ended up getting a with some of the birthday cash I had spare. I got a
Red grass wet.
I got a red grass wet palette. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
What I'm here for.
that was hard to get out. There's no reason why it should have been that hard. just changing that gear just didn't work. The gear shift was not happening.
It's definitely changed me for the better.
Is that what you use?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't think I got that one though. I think I got a different one because it was around the same price, but it was also because the smallest one wasn't in stock, I want to say. But as long as I don't get like the super massive one, I think the size is fine.
I also have, I don't know how much they've changed their stuff. My wet palette is from several years ago.
I got whatever the V2 is.
But I'm upset with mine. I love it.
I got the V2 because that was the main one on the website that I was already on. And I was like, surely V2 means they've made at least some improvements to something if something was not as desired in the V1. It probably, it could also just be a case of like, we wanted to sell a different one, so we made a V2.
Yeah.
Who knows? Capitalism in the way it wants.
Wait, when I finish this miniature, I actually still have the box because I keep all of my like extra palette papers and sponges in the box, so I can take a look and see what I got.
That's fair.
Because I really love mine.
Well, yeah, I was like, I haven't had a proper one. I've been using this other one, like this literal Tupperware thing for literally half a decade. And I was like, this is fine, and I have no reason to get rid of it. And I would still heartily recommend that over anything. And I'm like, I want to see what the difference is in like this versus a proper wet palette, like with the hydration paper and stuff. Because like this is fine, but the baking paper can tear easily. Is my main criticism of the cheaper way I do this.
Well, this just says everlasting wet palette. Tested and approved by pro painters.
Oh yeah, I see so many people talking about that one. It's like it's the top one.
15 by 20 centimeters.
15 by 20?
Yeah.
That actually might be the... so yours is 15 by 20?
Yeah.
That means mine might be slightly bigger. That's okay. Wait, which one's yours? Is yours like the... Can I see what yours looks like? Like the box?
Oh, the box?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you did it a million times.
Okay, I think I have the one up from that. Because it doesn't have like the band around it.
I mean, this is also... See, when did I start painting? I want to say, like... I got this a year before you and I started doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the one I got was like, in terms of the pricing in Australia for that one versus the other one, it was like 20 Australian dollars, so probably $10 more in the US.
I also bought, I think it came with an extra sponge. I also bought myself an extra sponge, so...
How long do those last?
So I'm on my second sponge. I think
ever?
Ever.
Does it get dirty and ratty?
It gets dirty.
Like you just wash it out though.
Yeah, you can wash it out. It does stain.
I don't care about staining.
Like there are spots where either the paper ripped and the paint went through, or sometimes if you put your paint too close to the edge, it'll just bleed, go over and just bleed into the sponge.
I mean, you can probably see mine, right? Like it's stained in areas, and this is just a dollar sponge.
Exactly. So I like that it's got the little seal, so I can paint. Like, if I were to seal this up tonight, I'd be able to paint with pretty usable paint tomorrow.
That's the thing that's the difference between that and this. This doesn't have a lid, and I can never do that. I don't...
I would just suggest don't leave your paint too long.
I mean, if I leave my paint in here, like, for more than an hour, it's all, like, gluggy and, like,
Well,
not
like-
super usable at all.
So, what I mean is, like, if you, like, you know, we were talking about you going on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
If you go on vacation, don't seal your wet sponge. Like, leave it slightly open and just let the sponge dry out.
Oh, yeah. Does it get
Or else
moldy?
you'll do what I do. I accidentally left mine closed for too long, and it got all kind of moldy and gross. But I just cleaned it back up.
Yeah. That could
But
be the
because
only...
I forgot-
That would be, like, the major reason why I would reckon I would have to, like, replace the sponges if they got a bit ratty like that. Because this sponge has never got moldy because it just dries out.
Yeah, the one that I had just was like, it was really badly stained and started to look a bit ratty, and I think I only changed it out like last year, maybe the year before. No, it was
Yeah.
definitely last year. So I really like it.
Oh, come on. Camera. Fighting me so hard today. Apology. This pen's got like a bit. This brush has got like a bit of a hook on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of working like a drip pen almost.
Oh, I love that.
You know, it's not the neatest, but it does like it's making the panel lining kind of have the brush almost like on that back jetpack there.
Mm-hmm.
Like just here. It's working quite nice for that.
Gorgeous. Oh, that looks so freaking cool.
I don't need that song because that'll be a spoiler for me.
The quiet concentration.
Yeah, we got concentration hours today.
But that's good. It means we're gonna make some progress today.
Yeah.
Why you sound so bummed?
I would actually, when I said that just then, I was like, I sounded disappointed.
You did.
It's like, why was I sad? Why did I sound sad just then?
Matt, you know I love talking to you, but I also love being productive with you.
Oh. Oh,
F1.
no.
I know.
No,
I know.
oh, no. Productive, no. I got a question for you. And question for everybody. Jess and I were having a discussion yesterday about like how memes and how internet comedy and culture has changed over the last few years. Not even the last few years, the last like decade or so.
Okay.
And we were talking about things of like, you know, there was an element of like back in my day. But we were just, it was like less like the memes now. It wasn't like the memes now are shit. It's like the memes now are different.
Yeah.
And it was like, Jess was like, yeah, the memes don't last as long now. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, you have like the earlier internet era of like, you know, meme boards and things like that, where you'd get a picture, you put a little parrot on it or something, and it has some kind of generally relatable text or some fucked up shit, you know, whichever flavor of those animals things you would have. And I was like, yeah, okay, so they lasted a while. Yeah, she's like, yeah, but now you've got like things that are like just as funny kind of thing, like the Hawk Tour girl. And the only reason you hear about her after the month that she was popular is because now she's scamming people with Bitcoin. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so you're saying like the zeitgeist moves on quicker than it used to. And I was like, it's probably because of the saturation of the memes. And I was like, is it the saturation of the memes, or is our time, like, I only think about this right now, I'm like, is our time scale perception different? Because like now we're thinking in a matter of months and years versus when you're younger, you're thinking in a matter of days and weeks. So is something longer because it's days and weeks, or is it because the meme lasts longer or not? So
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick.
yes,
I think it's a little column A and a little column B.
I was thinking that too.
Like trends and things that are very popular get very popular very quickly, and then the next thing just bulldozes in.
Yeah.
And then that thing that was popular before is now literally last week's news.
Yeah, like, do you remember like Trump getting fucking shot? That was the end of last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a long time ago.
Not really.
Sorry. That's not a long time ago, but the news cycle of it is completely gone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he got shot before Kamala was nominated for the running.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. You know?
I think the world where the news keeps jumping around, memes have to be faster. Yep. I think
That's it, right?
Sean's got the right of it. It's just things move so quickly.
Globalization and culture on a treadmill. I think that's it, right? And like also the internet was worse. So I'm like, does that contribute? Like the speed of everything was worse back then.
Like,
so does that contribute to the longevity of stuff?
We didn't have stuff like, I don't know. I feel like you memed about something for a really long time because there wasn't a great way of getting anything relevant any sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember making the same meme jokes with my friends for like years.
Well, the ones that are evergreen kind of stay like that. Like, you know, Roadworks, I sure hope it does. Like, that's evergreen. That's a Vine.
Whose horse is that?
Sorry?
Whose horse is that?
Whose horse is that? Like, there are some that, you know, they'll fade out of time eventually. But, like, you will get, like, right now, the generation of memes after, like, those picture ones was, like, early YouTube and then, like, mid-YouTube and Vine.
Like YouTube and Vine, yeah.
YouTube and Vine became the thing, and now we've got, like, TikTok memes. So you've got this TikTok being more like a channel flicky situation, similar to Vine, but you can have longer content that has lasted in a different way longer than Vine, but has like become more successful than YouTube, almost, one could argue.
Yeah, well,
Pretty sure it is more popular than YouTube in the younger demographic now. YouTube's not going anywhere, but it's got a fierce competitor, you know? For a long time, YouTube was it. Like, that's the dog. That's the top thing. Ain't nothing gonna dethrone YouTube, and ain't nothing gonna dethrone Facebook, and ain't nothing gonna dethrone Twitter. And now it's like, oh, TikTok's getting banned. We'll better fucking dump everything else. Apparently in India, someone was saying that TikTok got banned as well. And so Instagram Reels took off really hard. But apparently in Western culture, a little more, people do not want to use Reels by the same capacity. Because Zuck sucks.
Because Zuckerberg was, they voted for they wanted to.
Well, they want the ban to funnel people to their platform. That's entirely their purpose.
So a bunch of people are like, fuck you, Meta.
Yeah, Meta sucks. Like, completely shit. But that's the other difference that we notice, right?
Yeah. But no, I definitely see that, like, the stuff that is funny rotates very quickly.
Yeah. And it was just an interesting, like, thought of just like, yeah, the memes progress quicker. Is it us? Is it the thing? And like, it's all kind of factors. There's no one thing that kind of did it, but it's just interesting to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there literally is an ability over the last, 20, let's say 20 years? Because, like, you know, literally YouTube is 25 years old either this year or last year. It's like, it is genuinely like 2 decades of this platform that didn't exist in our lives. Like, if you were born in 2000, let's say, you were 5 years old when YouTube was getting big, right? So you've only ever had YouTube. And it's so many cultures smashing together, we can't decide what we like fast enough. That's the other thing, though. Like, that actually has that one in particular has had a really net positive in terms of, like, finding cool shit. Like Squid Game, for example. Tell me if Squid Game would be popular without the interest of the crossover in culture. Like, that is the #1 show on Netflix.
I mean, it would be interesting to see with stuff from, like, other cultures, like what does, like, I did love the fact that after that one episode with the where they all had to, like, pair off in 5. Yeah, in the new season, they were, like, paired off in 5.
There's a K-pop boy in there, isn't there? There's a couple K-pop.
That, like, yeah, there is a couple K-pop people in there. But, like, the new season, there was one of the games, like, when they had to be paired off, was a game that is like a game that we have in the States called Jacks. Where you, like, bounce a ball and you have to pick
with the jumping jacks or something, and you bounce the ball, you got to pick up a bunch.
Yeah, you have to pick up a bunch of, like, they look like little caltrops.
Yeah, I know the game only because I've watched media with it in it.
So seeing, and then going to TikTok and seeing a bunch of people being like, oh, my mom knows how to play this game and she's really good at it. And like seeing people play, I was like, man, I want to learn that game just because it looks so fun. It was like, just continuing.
Man, Jax is like, that's like a game before us as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Jax. It looks like I'm entirely good. I don't need to play Jax. But like, I know how it works.
That version is
I haven't played
cool.
Jax, right? Like, I haven't played Jax, but I understand how Jax is a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure it was in The Simpsons a bunch, actually.
Okay, I don't know.
Like, specifically our age group in like, you know, Australia and the other Western countries, a lot of our knowledge of your country probably comes from The Simpsons and those kind of animation shows, because they were family friendly enough for us to be allowed to watch them, and then they were just adult enough that you kind of continue into your teen years and even young adult years. Like, Simpsons is also evergreen in that it will, and that's why people in, like, the millennial and early Zoomer age group are so tied to, like, early Simpsons, because people will go back and watch early Simpsons and be like, oh, this is objectively better. Like, the first 10, I will argue the first 10 to 15 seasons. A lot of people say, like, the first 10 of Simpsons. Go back and watch pre-season 4 Simpsons. You won't like it. It is not that good. And I stand by that. What you're thinking about, it's the same as the early 2000s, 90s brain. You're actually talking about slightly later than you're thinking, because season 1, 2, 3 are pretty rough and pretty roughly animated. I think the only very memorable episode in that era is the one where Marge is like almost running off with that Frenchman bowler guy. And then there's not a lot of other ones in there other than like Bart gets an F maybe, where he like actually tries for a test and still fails, and then Miss Krabappel, man, that was a hard remembering that name. It's Flaming Moe season 3. Okay, I maybe there's less episode that I like in seasons 1 to 3 than I realize. I apologize. I thought that was, look, I'm gonna look it up. I'm happy to be wrong on this. My memories of Simpsons are like 4 onwards, so like Mr. Plow and onwards, I think. But like, okay, my point with that was, well, don't just type simp into Google, Matt. That doesn't work. Don't expect the autocorrect for that one. Different word. Mark Songs, hello. How you doing? Flaming Moses season 3. That's a good episode. I think I remember it less than other ones. Oh, The Simpsons is on Disney Plus now. That's right.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
That's how
what a show.
My teenager has started to watch like early seasons of Simpsons when they come visit me. So, yeah, that's how they
excellent. Excellent.
Yes, my 16-year-old. I'm just corrupting them.
So apparently tomorrow, predicted by The Simpsons, I just saw a news article pop up. You're going to either America or everywhere in the world is going to lose internet on January 16. So that's right now for all of us in Australia. However, if you lose internet for a whole day tomorrow, just know that The Simpsons were prophesizing it.
All right, noted.
There are 36 seasons? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, that is Skyrim right now. It's called From Past to Present, I think. Yes, that is Skyrim. Okay, Krusty gets busted. Okay, so all right. Fuck, these are old. Bark at a tattoo removed. Bark at a genius. I kind of remember that. Don't remember that. So it's like Homer's Odyssey. Bart stands up to Nelson Muntz. Man, these are so much more grounded. Whoa, Bleeding Gums Murphy was a season 1 episode? I didn't really like the episode, but I understand why it's important. Telltale Head, Bart still steals the statue. Homer buys bowling ball. Okay, season 1 is the Life in the Fast Lane. The maybe I'm thinking it's different. So the French bowling guy is season 1. Krusty Gets Busted is the first Sideshow Bob one. So there's like 2 or 3 episodes in this one that I remember. As in I remember fondly, as in like you count these as like the Simpsons episodes, you know? Okay, season 2. Oh, season 1 only had 13 episodes as well, and season 2 had 22, so maybe it just gets different. Bart Gets an F season 1. Treehouse of Horror season 2. No, hold on. Bart Gets an F season 1. No, 2, episode 1. Treehouse of Horror is Treehouse of Horror. The Three-Eyed Fish one. Homer becomes the baseball mascot. Oh, the Bart the Daredevil season 2. Okay, Itchy, Scratchy, and Marge. Bart gets hit by a car. The Blowfish episode. Look, I take it back. Maybe season 1 is what I don't particularly like, and season 2 onwards is it. Because I like a lot of these season 2 episodes. Oh my god, Principal Skinner and Selma episode. Bart stumbles upon adult television. That's very funny. After meeting his millionaire half-brother, voiced by Danny DeVito, Homer sets out to design the perfect car. Grandpa Simpson inherits a shitload of money. Lisa's substitute. Homer pervs on Maud Flanders. The comic book Radioactive Man. Okay. Season 2 has like about half bangers. So I'm happy to be wrong. Shawnee, Elliot, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got it. You're good. I was in fact not good. I'm happy to be wrong on that one. It means that I have more Simpsons because I always start at season 4, right? When I rewatch it, which means I have 2 new seasons that I can go back and rewatch. And I am a person who needs noise at every facet of my life. When I'm on meds, I need noise slightly less in every facet of my life. I still notice I do need it. But that means I watch a lot. I have a lot of rewatch shows because if I can do what I did when I was younger and like I'm building Lego while something's on and my mum would turn it off and I'd be like, I'm watching that. She'd be like, your eyes haven't been on it in an hour. And I would think about it, I'm like, yeah, but I'm watching that. I was watching it in a way, but it was because I'd seen it so many times. All I needed was the noise, and I know what's happening at any given moment anyway.
Yeah. I've had a couple of shows that I like that are like that as well.
I got a large catalog that I have that with. It's like any of your classic sitcoms, Office, Parks and Rec, Superstore made it in there. I really should do Schitt's Creek again. I quite liked that show. Very modern kind of comedy. And very positive queer relationship depictions, including, I think polyamory was in there as well, actually. Was polyamory in there? I think polyamory may have been in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
we love a positive polyamory.
Well, yeah, I don't see that a lot in media. Surprisingly, Futurama had a positive polyamory relationship. And the only reason it was displayed in any kind of negative light is because Fry was insecure rather than the show making fun of it. Because he was like...
I also appreciate, I'm reading a book right now that's got a positive representation of polyamory. And it also does the polyamory that doesn't make me cringe all the time. Because I feel like...
What's the cringe
you
polyamory?
get polyamory and it's... The one that makes me cringe the most is more than one woman and one guy. Only because
that's sorry.
It's like that is like the socially acceptable. It's acceptable for one guy to have multiple women.
That was my criticism. It's the male. It's almost a power fantasy.
Yeah,
it's a power fantasy in a different way. But it's still, I would still call it a power fantasy because it's like, yes, I'm so good at being a man. I can pull more than one lady. Broden, I'm so sorry I'm using your voice, but it's the easiest super ochre Australian one. And I don't think you'll like this. You're not going to watch my painting stream. But cat time.
Yeah, it is the time that he needs to be held. It's 7 o'clock.
That's it.
It's cats be holding time.
My wonderful friend and cast member Brendan lives with his 3 partners out in their polyquad. They got 4. There's 4 of them. They all and then
it's a polycule.
It's polycule. It doesn't really matter above 3 in terms of names, right? It's a cule.
Polycule.
They all live in the same house. There's four guys, same house. They're all together. That's just it. And it's been like, I want to say it's been like 4 or 5 years. When did I move out from Bren? Because Bren and I used to live with each other when we first moved down. I moved down end of 2018. We lived together for all of 2019. So start of around April 2020. So he's been living with them for 4 or 5 years now. Must be good, right?
Yeah.
You don't live with that. He's been living with them almost as long as I've been living with Jess, minus like 2 months, because he moved in with them when they moved out. I moved in with my once friend who I was no longer living with after a couple months because there's a whole thing and they don't need to talk about it anymore because he has apologized since. So like take 2 months away from that. I've been living with Jess as long as that. And so like I'm like, man, I'm like really settled here, so he must be really settled there, type thing. And I'm like,
I guess
if it works, it works, right?
yeah. And like for me, it's like I am a woman who is in a relationship with 2 men that I live with. So it's like I don't get a lot of representation. Okay, so spoiler alert if you are a reader. So I'm reading the book Iron Widow. And I think it's commonly known that it is like a poly-positive book. And it is one woman and she ends up falling in love with 2 men. And the guys are both just like, yeah, like we can love you in a different like being in love with you doesn't mean that you can't love other people. It is very much that like open feeling of there is no jealousy. There is like love can be different for each person.
Yeah.
And it was very, I was like, I thought it was so sweet. And then the 2 guys are very sweet with one another, which I think is
It sounds like
freaking
your boys are very
adorable.
sweet. They're like best friends.
Hmm?
Your boys are best friends, right? Like
My
that's
boys are best friends. To the point
that's
where
it, right?
We've had arguments as to like if Alex and I were to ever get divorced, who gets my other partner
My third.
in the divorce. But
Yeah,
who gets the third?
look, you might lose them. I'm just saying, you might have
Like,
you
you're
might
not
have no
allowed-
boyfriend or husband.
I was like, you're not allowed to take my boyfriend in the divorce. And he goes, oh, you can't have my best friend. And I was like, we're not having this argument right now.
Yeah, it's even if it's a hypothetical, it's upsetting.
I hate this. I hate this right now.
Yeah, it's like I don't think polyamory is like for me in terms of like a relationship. I don't think that would work for my life. But like, I can appreciate the concept so much because like I get it. If you are able to do that and can do that, like George is with his wonderful partner Alicia, and they've been together like 2 years, and George is very clearly the happiest he's ever been.
Do you want to know? You want to know something totally out of this world?
What?
I did the math. My partner and I have been together now for 8 years.
Damn. This will be year 6 of me and Jess if you know nothing looks like it's gonna be on the horizon in terms of anything otherwise. But like it'll be 6 years come July.
I was like, I think we were like standing in line for we were going to see a movie. What was it that we wanted to go see? And I was like, we've been together for 7 years, and that was last year. I'm like, oh my god, we've been together for like 8 years now.
Speaking of super cute couple things, did Aris and Gnome? Was that them?
Got married.
Was that them?
That was them, yeah.
That's cute as hell.
They got married
I was like,
on Monday.
when I saw the photo of them, I saw Gnome being like, we got married, and then I couldn't see their face, and I was like, I don't know if they're poly or not, and I don't want to assume it's a different partner they got married to, because I know you said they were dating, but I didn't know if it was them. That's very cute.
I got to attend too. There was like a whole virtual. It was a virtual like wedding. So it was like they gave the Zoom call info out to a whole bunch of us.
Oh, it's
and
so
like
sweet.
a bunch of us showed up to see it. It was so I cried. It was amazing.
Yeah, I would cry too.
Our whole polycule was there. It was so cute.
Oh, yeah, that's really nice.
Alex was sitting with me, and my other partner was on the video call via work. But it was like having our whole polycule together to watch them get married. They were so freaking cute.
It's just so in that sense, is Gnome in the polycule then, or not in the polycule? In terms of the dynamic of it, is the polycule specifically like your specific group?
The polycule is anybody who is involved. So I consider, what Gnome is to me is what's called a metamor, which is a partner of my partner.
Okay, yeah, is there terminology for that? Mostly is what I was getting at.
Our relationship, we are metamors, where we are in the same.
So your boys are
in
that
a relationship. Yes. So
they don't have to be like in love or doing like they'll love them platonically. Nope. They're not required to do anything. They are just in it. Yeah, that's very sweet.
2 people. But yes, I do consider Luca is part of our polycule. We even have like a little polycule chat.
Yeah, cute. That's the family chat.
The little family chat.
Well, that's
Especially
it. Like,
since we live so far away from one another, and we don't
you
always
need
get
it.
to see them.
the yeah, because like your boys very clearly love each other. It's just not in a romantic's not the right word. It's like a platonic family way, but it's still very real love because they're best friends. They're very close.
Like, hetero life partners.
That's that. Yeah. It's like, you know, they're probably never going to call them like. Do they refer to themselves as queer? I have no idea.
No.
But like in a sense, it is, but it's not. I don't know. There's
it's
it's
like super gay in a really straight way.
I also actually that reminds me of a bone to pick that I always have with it. Is that like when people are like, oh, they have to be gay because they're really close males, and I'm like, that feeds into toxic masculinity. Like, I know Jace and Victor in Arcane, everyone's like, these guys are gay, right? And I'm like, but what if they weren't? What if they were just two men who really, really loved each other in a way that doesn't have to be romantic?
Yeah.
And I think that's I genuinely think that's really important as a thing to have, because otherwise it feeds the. Sorry, I gotta get this out.
No, you're okay.
I feel very strongly about it because it feeds into a toxic masculinity promotion that unless you are gay or in love with another man in a way that you might not want to be, you have to be this other way. And like, I really feel strongly about that, because I'm like, you know, sure, make him gay, whatever, but like the importance to me of having very close male relationships has to exist. And I know immediately a lot of, you know, there's a lot of fanfic and stuff that are immediately like, but they're gay though, and I'm like, they don't have to be.
Adding on to that.
It's because people are horny and want what they want. I know, it's a projecting of what they want. But yeah, it's a thing that I have a stickler about as a man who has close relationships with other men, but not in a romantic way.
So Alex is he is 100% straight man, the straightest, self-identified.
I had the funniest fucking subversion thought then. You know how people are like, oh, they're gay, and people are like, oh, but that's fine though. My thought just then, he was like, he's 100% straight. I'm like, but that's fine though. Like, I had the opposite version of the. It's okay to be straight. You don't have to be.
Okay. We love him anyways.
We'll love him for who he is.
Because the rest of the polycule is gay as fuck.
I know, yeah. It's like, I just had the introspective of like the reverse comment.
So you know, Alex is super straight.
Well, don't use that one. Don't use that one though.
What?
Super straight. That's the yucky transphobic one.
Oh no. Well,
yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
He's a he is the epitome of a cis white dude.
Yes.
But he tells Matt he loves him. And they do love each other in like a way that like we'll hang up with one another. They'll call each other, be like, "Hey, love you, man," and then hang up. Like, because that is just because we're family.
I tell Benji I love him.
That, like, Alex doesn't like dudes. He still loves Matt in his way.
Yeah, I think it should be more normalized to tell your friends you love them. I say it to my channel guys. I say it to Benji, because I've known Benji for 20 years this year. I'm gonna cut that friendship off. That's too long. Every time I think about it, I just go like, that's too long. Should I get rid of that? Marie Kondo, does it spark joy? I guess I'll keep it around. I was in high school. We had all these photos of rugby teams from the 1800s, and they were just draped all over each other. I miss that masculine softness. Look, we got a double-edged sword of it, right? I mean, like, also in the 1800s, they were like, oh, the women has the women disease at the same time. It's like, Actually, that's also not true. The loudest proponents of the shit version of masculinity are the ones that are also. It's not a minority per se, but it is like there is a lot of like unseen love in male relationships. It's not public because they're ashamed of it to be public, and that's what we need to get over instead of doing it at all. Because there are I know these groups. I know a bunch of these groups of guys that are like, you know, if you saw them on the surface level, you'd be like, oh, they need to be more loving to each other. It's like it's just a different love language mostly. Like, Benji, not that this group particularly does it, like, because they're all nerd boys anyway, and a bunch of them are soft nerd boys. But Benji went up to Brisbane recently to, like, basically have a bit of an emotional comfort time with all the people that we went to high school with that he talks to still. And they all spent a really lovely amount of time with him just because he was feeling, you know, morose. You know, he's had a rough go of it lately, and they were very supportive. And he's going to Japan in coincidentally the same time window I am, so like we may go hang out just in Japan for a day or two.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so like, and his boys are so lovely. Like there's a couple I don't talk to for various reasons, and I cut out because not everyone will stay the same people forever, or they've done shitty things. Either way, but like I still deeply like some of those guys, even though I haven't talked to a bunch of them in like a long time. And you know, I've reached out to actually thinking about it the other day. When I was like looking at my anniversary of being in Melbourne, I was getting, oh no, it wasn't getting in Melbourne. It was you may have seen it on socials. It was my like 11 or 12. No, hold on. 20 fuck, when did I move down here? 2011 I moved down here. So it was my 14th or 13th anniversary of moving out of home and away from my hometown. And I was getting nostalgic, so I like looked up a couple of my friends that I know, like I still had fond memories of and still liked as people because I'd seen them many times since I'd moved away from hometown because they also moved out from there. But yeah, I reached out to him. I was just like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Like, out of the blue, I know, but thinking about all the time we used to spend together, and I want to see how you're going. Anyway, love your friends is my point.
Yeah,
love your friends. Yeah.
Tell them that you love them.
Tell your friends you love them.
It's okay.
If you're in the position if you're comfortable and you're at that stage of your friendship, tell them you love them. There's a bunch of the TTRPG folks that I should be like, oh no, I do say that to them. Depending on who the person is in the relationship, because you also don't want to like, you know, one, even if you have a closeness, it's not always appropriate to tell someone you love them because they may take it differently to how you do. Some people really take the word love seriously, whereas, you know, if you know, people who I properly love them are gonna know that I do, and they're gonna understand that. But I will also just casually be like, I love you. We say it to each other.
Yeah, we do every once in a while. I was gonna say, hey, Matt, I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Like, that's it. Like, I was like, we, like, frequently when we are in our call, we'll just be like, all right, see you later, love you. And then you'll be like, love you. And then that's it. You just gotta throw it out.
I mean, we've had some pretty, like, even off the air, we've had some pretty serious talks with one another.
Yeah.
I feel like I can depend on you as a friend. And those are the kinds of friends that I love. That, like, I know that, like, if I was having a really rough time, like, I know I could talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You know, I've allowed myself to be vulnerable in front of you, and those are the kinds of friendships that, like, I will tell you that I love you because, you know, we're that kind of
because you
closeness.
do. Yeah. Oh man,
like, I want to be loved. can I be loved, mommy?
One of my favorite things to say to Jess, have you seen Steven Universe at all? Has anyone seen Steven Universe in the chat? Okay, number one, you, Leia, will fucking love Steven Universe. The first season is a bit like goofier because it's getting used to the characters. It's very like an early episode of an anime style. But like the second you get into like the meat and potatoes of the story proper from like mid-season 1 onwards, like if you don't want to do like the intro to the characters, which you should anyway, because it's more kids show than anything, but like the second you get like episode 10 onwards in season 1's quite long. It's like 50 episodes rather than the rest of them being like 20. It gets like quite mature for a kids series, and that's why it did so well. It had really good allegory for queer relationships. It had really good portrayal of mental health and all that. I think you would love it.
I hear that's why Bluey is so...
Bluey is more of a kid's show. I would say Steven stands as a halfway between Bluey and like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender was a proper, like, mature... it was like mature in the sense of like emotionally mature show. Is your cat being...
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at
that's why I asked about the cat.
He is just smashing his face against my neck right now.
It's so cute.
I wish everybody could hear how hard he's purring right now.
Oh. But yeah, I would say, I reckon, I don't know if this is like fully accurate, but yeah, I'd put Steven in between Bluey and Avatar. Like, Steven gets dark. It might even get like towards the end of it, might actually have a bit more than Avatar did. But the goofy fun nature of the show makes it's got a harder swing in tone than Avatar did, because Avatar was always fairly like, this is pretty serious. Yeah. And it was Aang trying to desperately cling on to his childhood that made it goofy in a serious show about actual genocide.
Sweet boy. Where are you going? Hey, no.
Love your friends.
Yeah. Love your friends. Tell the people who deserve it that you love them.
Yeah.
Be vulnerable. It's okay.
Our Dragon Rate cast is very loving like that.
Gosh. I feel like, I don't know, it's something about TTRPGs that's like those people like
I can say why. There's a lot of us are wildly neurodivergent or mentally unwell, and we need the comfort of others who are like us to play games with and have an escape from this awful reality we live in. That's why.
Wow. All right.
You want to hit the nail on the head directly? There it is.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Well, so like for instance, there is I think I've talked about this relationship a couple of times on here. Is my regular Saturday group. We've been playing D&D together now, with the exception of one player who joined us in the last 3 years. Or she joined us on our last campaign that lasted 3 years.
Yeah.
But this Saturday game has been together for almost 10 years.
Damn.
One of the guys is somebody that Alex met in the military that has just kind of stuck with us this whole time.
That's right.
He's like, I've known you guys longer than I've known anybody in my entire life. And we're all...
Other than direct family, I assume.
Other than like direct family, yeah. But it's like those are the friends that I've had the longest. And I don't know. They just I tell them often that we are not just friends. My Saturday game feels like family. It feels like hanging out with my family.
That's why I push so hard to play my casual game with the boys from the channel, because like that is like, you know, we don't get to hang out a lot often because there's so many. It's like there's a bunch of them and like a couple other mates, like long-term mates, but like it's so hard to organize something together. So we're like, when we can, it's like let's play D&D, because otherwise you'll only get like bits of people.
Yeah.
In saying that, we get like, you know, birthday parties and stuff are different because people will make time for those.
But it's one of those things. It's actually funny because like the apart from the guy that we met in the military and the one girl that joined us 3 years ago, it's basically the entire polycule. It's me, my two partners, Eris, and they're like, we have to get Gnome in here one of these days so we can have the whole polycule in a game.
You play digitally then? Does Aris phone in? Yeah.
Yeah,
they should absolutely do it. He should absolutely.
Yeah, because we have another friend. So the friend that is we know from the military, moved to Colorado for a while, and now lives in Indiana. And it's actually really funny. When I first started up my start playing thing, I asked like those guys I was like, hey, can you guys like post some reviews? So I've got 5 reviews to like jumpstart my thing. And in his review of my profile, it says, this DM cares so much that she continued to be my DM when I moved 3 time zones away.
Yeah, nice.
Which is true. We continued to play D&D even though he was 3 time zones away. Because he's just a sweetie.
I have cute news for you. Nathan, who we've both
Nathan!
Nathan. So I just literally saw his chat. Our Witchlight chat campaign. They're literally they are literally talking right now about our next session and where to do it. And they love it so much they've all 3D printed their minis and either painted them or got them color printed, and they're still at the Witchlight Carnival doing that.
I miss them.
I know. He talks about you a lot. I want you to know that.
Aww.
He talks about how much he misses your sessions.
We don't message as much as we used to.
You should.
He used to message me all the time.
Good. Keep it going. Friendship's also a two-way street.
Yeah, I know. I try to be better. I'm trying to be better, I should say.
That's it. It's also very important, like, I gotta keep in mind, like, you know, not everyone has the same time scale as as our brains. The other thing is, some people don't prioritize talking to people, and it sucks to think about, and it hurts sometimes that we might not be one of the people they consider in the same level of they want to contact, which sucks in a different way. But, you know, to come to grips with it.
So I was like, I just reconnected with a friend of mine. When I was in New York, I hung out with a girl that I hadn't seen in 2 years. We were friends a really long time ago, and then she invited us to her wedding because apparently our relationship was very important, even though I hadn't spoken to her in like 6 years.
I think that's it.
So we hung out for the first time after Christmas. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I want to keep this relationship. Like, I want to be friends again. I want to talk and hang out. But my ADHD I will literally just forget my phone exists.
Yeah.
But I will make a actual effort to try and, I am trying so hard to make an actual effort to keep in contact with friends. Because that is the hardest part about battling my ADHD.
The neurodivergent ADHD thing of like you don't have a time passing for relationships. Like I had a mate in Cairns who was one of my best mates, probably also very ADHD in hindsight. But we could go a year without talking to each other and there would be nothing that's changed.
Oh yeah.
As in like in a way that's like the relationship hasn't changed, it's just as close. Yeah. And a couple of other friends would like comment being like, you guys haven't seen each other in how long? We're like, I don't know, like a year. They're like, so how do you get along so well? We're like, I don't know, we just do. We're just good mates.
That's how it was when I saw this girl for the first time, and like we hadn't had like a sit down conversation in probably 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
But it was like when we started hanging out and talking and chatting, it was like we never stopped talking.
That's it.
And
That's
that was-
exactly it. It's like
Yeah.
No, it was on pause. It didn't get worse.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I like those relationships. It's like, you know, I don't do it to be. I'm not doing it because I don't like you or
That's how you work.
it's intentional. It's just how my brain works.
It's why it's why it's easier to hang out with people that have like minds, like literally, because you will experience the same level of spatial contact, I guess. I don't know what the word is, but like it is fine to not hang out for a bit, as long as it is sometimes, you know, like it's a couple friends I'm like I haven't talked to in a while, and I'm like, then I get anxious. I'm like, fuck, I hope they like me. A bit of that last week. I was like, I should reach out to all these friends because I haven't seen them, even though it has only been like a month. But like, you know, you clearly value them if you're thinking that as well.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized something.
What?
The underside of this Canoness's cape is supposed to be off-white.
And you did what? Oh, buddy.
She's armed in black.
No. Look. Here's what you could do. Build it up from gray and make only the highest highlights some semblance of off-white. And that way you've got a really cool fade effect. Go to Rod. Oh, real quick for me, go to Rod's Mods and look up his cloak tutorials. Because I've been painting cloak.
I know the one you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I didn't think about like building it up from like gray or something like
Build
that.
it up.
Build it up. I like that idea. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing it right now because we're batch painting, which means we're not putting down the purple. We're doing the purple until the purple is done. I know I was saying that for
What's
the
he
people.
got here? There's a white cloth one he's got. Here it is. I mean, he's got base coat Corax white, but this is effectively it. Oh, hold on. I'll have to bring this up on main overlay. Give me a sec. Here you go. Nope. That's the same one. Inside overlay window. That one. All right, here we go. So this is what we're talking about. So base coat Corax white. Shade the recesses with really thin Fenrisian gray. Shade the deep set recesses with thin rust gray. You could go reverse. So
my only I would have to make it warm because it's like a warm.
Choose the warm equivalent of those paints then. So what's that? Gray blue? You'd go like gray brown or warm gray brown.
I'm wondering, instead of gray, if I go with like a chocolate color.
So you're going up to... How bright are you wanting to go, though? Because I wouldn't say start at, like, Rhinox, you know?
I have to end at bone white.
Like Wraithbone area?
Yeah, Wraithbone. What's the one that I have?
What's the deep shade? Oh, actually, what's this one here? I've literally got those colors here. So what's Griffin Claw? You'd have to do it in quite large stages, but you can do it.
That's fine. I am willing.
All right, here's my massive one of these now.
It's the Canoness that I've been waiting to paint for a very long time. She's the one of the coolest Canonesses I have. So I am willing to take. She's not a character model, but I'm willing to put character model effort in.
It's saying, like, so my dark tone for Wraithbone is, like, around the Rakarth flesh area.
Okay, I have that.
It's still quite a step up, so darker than Rakarth flesh. You're kind of looking at your Baneblade brown, Gorthor brown, Dryad bark area.
Okay.
Oh, no, they're cold browns. Hold on, ignore me. They're cold browns. Carrack Stone, Morghast Bone, and Steel Legion Drab area.
I mean, I'm still going to put like a brown wash over it, so Dryad bark doesn't scare me too much.
Dryad bark. Looking at Dryad bark compared to Steel Legion, Dryad bark's got a little blue in it.
Steel Legion's got so much yellow though.
Yeah, but if you don't put more yellow in it, you'll end up at where you want. The other way you could go, you could start down near like Storm Vermin Fur, so it's like a super dark gray brown. Gosh, what's that one in mine? I think it's like rodent brown or something. Like rodent gray, Storm Vermin Fur, or Castle Gray for Army Painter. And you could go up, like if you want to go darker again, Skaven Blight Dinge. And they would be your like warm brown with a tiny bit of green in it, I think. Maybe not a tiny bit of green. Actually quite different to Rakath Flesh, so you got options. Your Rakath Flesh would be your mid-tone though. Opening up my like color chart.
I love having a color chart though.
Well, yeah, it's just a conversion chart, but check this out. It's all of the Duncan Rhodes paints now in every one of them. So like each ring is one of the paint triad colors. So you'll have 3 going from dark to highlight. You'll have all your bones, and you'll have all of your extras. So this is a Washes Brights Metallics. Also, he's given us colored metallics now. And then on the back, it's just a massive conversion chart of what is similar to the others out of Citadel and Army Painter colors.
Nice.
Frickin' love it. In short,
it's very that was a very smart move on Duncan Rhodes.
On his too thin, paints,
Because like I feel like we as hobby painters, as war game painters, we talk in terms of specific color names instead of descriptors.
I would say pro painters, like competition painters, speak more in like your generic colors, because they will do the automatic translation of it in their head. They'll be like, I use kind of like a medium warm brown, or like that'll be like your traditional art. They'll use traditional art like naming scheme.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
It's like here, because I'm not dedicated to a specific brand of paint, I have no problem being like, I need a color that is this descriptor.
Yeah. I don't have the descriptor as down, and I started with these, so my... Like, if someone was to be like, what is Morghast Bone? I'll be like, it's kind of like a yellowy brown, light brown, but you can go up to a bone color from there. But if someone was to be like, give me like this color, I'd be guessing more than if I was to do the way I just said. Oh shit. That's not watered down enough. No, I still got a lot of cleanup to do on this guy anyway.
Man, I freaking love this purple. Ah!
What is it? Nagaroth?
This Nagaroth.
A good perp?
I just love this color combo. I don't think they look so freaking cool.
Well, I hate to say it, but you might like the minis that could get revealed tomorrow.
Oh no, what's coming out tomorrow?
They're very clearly teased another one of the Emperor's Children character models. They know we'll get at least one reveal. We just don't know if there's going to be anything else with them. And if there's anything else with them, it'll be like the main force. But I think they're drip feeding us because I don't think it'll come out until at least like June or so. But when the June comes, it'll be like, oh shit, there's a lot.
I'm gonna try to keep my eye on my own army for now.
It depends. Like, honestly, it's going to depend how, like, awesome looking they are. Will be like, oh no, is this my first Chaos collection?
I do want to get at least one. I mean, I've done so much Imperial that, like, I do want to get into a Chaos. I want to do a Chaos army.
Well, you know, nothing like Chaos than this new Slanesh about to happen.
I do love Slanesh.
Yeah, that's it. Lucius the Eternal, who is the character that's probably going to get revealed. His whole shtick, he's a really good duelist, and he's got a whip. He's got a whip and a rapier. That's his main thing. He's probably got a big fucking stick-outy tongue like his old model, but I don't know if I like that part as much. Okay, welcome back from the ads if you have just finished ad. Okay. What do we got here?
Buddy, what's going on?
Meow.
Meow.
Meow. Mother, I require attention.
What's up, my son? Meow. What's up? I can see him walking around in my lights.
Oh yeah? Is he like reflecting or like
like I can see where like he'll walk in front of one of my lamps.
Oh, and it'll go darker. Hello,
It'll, like, go
FL
darker.
Necron Overlord. How you doing?
Hello. Buddy, I picked you up twice now. Mother, please. Okay, all right. Hey, hold on, give me a second. Let me wash my paintbrush. Come here. Oh, come here. How will I ever get anything done? Can I paint with you in my arms? Ooh, sweet boy. No. Oh, you cannot be headbutting me. Don't you chew on that. Ah, don't put it in your mouth. All right, I'll put it down. I thought I could paint with him in my arms. I was horribly mistaken. I wish you guys could hear this.
The purr.
The purr.
The purr.
Everyone, this is the Great Catsby if you haven't met him before.
It's a great name. Every time.
Isn't it the best?
It's a good name.
I worked so hard on that name. This is the Great Catsby. He's named that because he's a tuxedo cat, and he's always looking his finest. Also, it looks like he's got a little mustache. Look at that little mustache.
Got fancy boy.
Fancy boy. Yes, I'm a tuxedo. I always look the nicest. Yeah. Well, Dad's awake. Oh, thank you. Handsome Catsby. He is so handsome.
Catsby.
He has no brain cell.
None?
None.
Got 2 bags what? What's this?
A Another 2 bags of Lego closer to the Eiffel Tower.
As in, like, is
Ooh,
this
are
a
you building-
reward or like, are you currently building that?
Are you building the Eiffel Tower? I heard the Eiffel Tower is huge.
I guess is it the architecture one or the main one?
Ooh, building it.
Oh hell yeah, Shawnee!
Is it like the super one that's like, is it like what, 5 feet tall? Oh my gosh, that's wild.
It's ridiculously big. Show us
How long is it
progress.
taking you
Show
to, like,
progress.
to, like- yeah, send us progress. It's in my eyes almost. Oh my gosh. How long has it taken you to build it?
Oh my god, really?
I remember it
So
took me.
tall.
It took me 6 hours to finish Rivendell. Or it might have been more
Damn.
than 6 hours.
That sounds like more than a 6-hour build, because my D&D one took me like 10 or so.
No, sorry, it was 12. It was 12 hours.
On and off a
On
year.
and off a year? Holy shit.
The big one.
I don't have the time. All right, not that I don't,
Patience.
I don't have the brain cells to spend that long on a Lego set. I would hyperfixate until it was finished.
Yeah, same. I'm one of those, like, I gotta finish this, Lego people. Like my I got like a bunch of Legos still left over from like birthday and Christmas that I need to get around to. I also want to build them when Jess is there. And I built the one, so if you saw the one I got on my birthday, it was like the Tranquility Garden one that I was going to build on Subathon stream, and then we just end up not doing it. But I finished that, and I really like that. But now I've got like a bunch of like the 3-in-1 creator sets of animals. Like I've got the big giraffe one. I've got the Jess's mom bought me a T-Rex one, which is really cute. But yeah, I got a load of those to build. Oh, and then Jess also for my birthday got me like, she found like a print, not a print, a like, it's not proper Lego, but it's one that someone had made together of like a Destiny ghost shell. So I get to build out of like, not Lego, a ghost.
We had a mimic chest that was like that, where it's like off-brand.
Oh,
Legos.
nice. My
It was not good.
when I ordered my
not want
D&D one, it actually came with a proper Lego mimic chest. It's like one of those little throw-in shop bonuses.
Yeah, this was like, I think a year before the official Lego one came out.
Yeah.
Buddy, I really
Also,
wanna paint.
highly recommend that one. It's really good build.
I really want to paint. No, Casimir really wants to snuggle.
You have a crossroads decision.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot. I am getting a very important call. I will be right back.
That is okay. Necron Overlord, feel free to lurk or do whatever you're doing. If you are up for chatties, what brings you here? What you doing today? Doing some paint? Doing some hobby? What you doing? How are you? As you can see, I'm trying to like do a detail on this far site, and it's doing all right. Oh, fair enough. What do you got going? What's your paint? What's your paint at the moment? Is it some well, judging by the Necron Overlord, is it some Warhams? Is it some Leia gets into the Gunpla as well, so it could be like a. Oh, hi. What's your flavor right now? Or if it's the hams, what army? What was that? Something from the Lego set fell over. Yeah, what are you painting? What are you going on? Yeah, that's always Necrons side commissions if I want to do that. Oh yeah, nice. Necrons are good. I got a good mate, NATO, who loves his Necrons. Are you more of a painter player? Like, what's your default? Because I only just started playing like last year, and I'm more of the paint and hobby side more than anything. There's like a really nice casual tournament that got me into it. Give me a motivation to actually play a little bit, and then Leia and I have been playing on Tabletop Simulator as well, which has been a great addition to doing this hobby. And you can try out things for free.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
Necron Overlord is painting Necrons, fittingly.
How convenient.
How convenient.
Necrons are so cool looking.
They are, right? I was gonna say, like, NATO's big on the Necrons.
I'm not picking you up again. You're out of luck.
I really like the arcane, actually, the magical effects on Necrons. They're like, they're really cool. It's just like that archaea. No, it's all good. It's all good. I was saying, do you play at all? So I only just got into playing myself, but it's like the playing came kind of secondary to the hobby. So
the miniatures are just so cool.
Posted to live chat. Thank you, Shawnee. Oh man, that's huge. Is that the big Colosseum one next to it? So fair.
Yeah, that does look like the Colosseum. Holy crap.
Man, that's the Colosseum, the huge Colosseum. Damn.
So cool.
I can see the PAX badge down there. Or is that a PAX badge? Some kind of convention badge. That's heckin', Shawnee. That's so cool.
But Necron Overlord, that is totally fair. We all sympathize with work.
Oh, it's so fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really want to play some more, but we are also in the occasional boat because we like I play a lot more Tabletop Simulator than actual because actually I think the only actual games I've played were at Arc last year, and then I keep talking with Pete about his, but his army's all grey plastic and so is mine. Well, actually, no, I've got my Tyranid army. That's not true.
Points.
Sorry?
I said that just means that nobody gets 10 extra points.
No, it's more I want to have like the nice army looking on the tabletop more than anything.
I was just that's one of the reasons why Alex and I were talking about like, oh, you want to like break out our armies and play? Like, first of all, half of your army is unpainted yet. My army doesn't have heads. Notice how none of my sisters have their heads because I sprayed them separately.
Liam's such a sweet baby.
Also, it is not fully painted. And I don't have any terrain. We have 0 terrain.
You should get one of those like. You can just get like Killzone air. Or actually, well, I mean, you guys have a 3D printer. You can print whatever you want. But there are like just terrain boxes that will give you a full board worth. It's just spency.
I want to get some, and then we never do.
I mean, look for one of the Kill Team boxes that come with like a little board of terrain, because they're always combat patrol size game boxes, even though they're like squad v squad. Actually, I think they're combat patrol. I'd have to check that. Either way, it gives you like a good small chunk of terrain that isn't like gonna take up a shitload of space, and depending what kind of terrain is, because like I don't just love the ruined buildings. Gets tiring on me, because it's always like Imperium focused. So I'm like, you know, I can only fight and ruin buildings so many times.
I don't mind that just because we do have 2 Imperium factions.
True, true. I like that.
I
Like the story for yours would absolutely be like these guardsmen are fucking revolting. You have to go purge them. Like these guardsmen aren't taking orders correctly. The sisters are coming in to teach them a lesson.
I have been screwing around with the like dark magic sisters thing.
Have you seen the have you seen the crusade rules?
Cans, dishes, and whatever for terrain. Like that's totally fair. Like,
you know what would be
so the thing is we had a huge box of terrain that was given to me by a family friend of ours who does play Warhammer. I'm talking like huge box of resin stuff from when he used to work at Games Workshop. So he's like, you can just have this for whatever. But when we moved, I was like, I have to give this back to you because we have so many boxes of stuff as is that I don't have a place for this just random box of. It's like it's not even a box that will close full of terrain. I need you to take this back. And I also just want to get terrain of my own at some point. It's the stuff that I used to use when I was like taking photos of my miniatures.
Yeah. I've been looking into getting like a little fogger, like a mini fog machine, because I really want to do some like nice photos of both my minis, but also like tech setup stuff. I also want to have some photos of, because like all of my D&D kit looks really nice with some nice lighting and all that. I just need to like I need to like set up a space for it type thing. And all of the Razor and Game on Cancer sent a bunch of charity incentive prizes over for the fundraising we did in November. So like, I'm like, I want to take some photos of that. Because they sent like a microphone and a light and stuff to just like, mostly just because it was like, you raised this much money and we had these prizes already, so have one. I went, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. They sent a nice little card as well, being like, you raised like over $16,000. Thank you.
I mean, that's cool, especially since like it's so important to you, and you did so amazing. You guys did so amazing.
I always I forget every time. Like I forget every time that there are incentives. Because I'm so focused on like, what am I giving away at these things? Like, what am I going to give away that I forget that like, if I raise a significant amount of money, like even $5,000 to $6,000, then I just get a bunch of this gear. Not in a brag way, just in like I don't consider it.
Yeah, well, especially since I knowing you, like that's not why you're doing it. Yeah. You're not doing it because you're going to get some cool stuff out of it. You're doing it because this is something that's very close to your heart.
Well, you know what I'm actually going to do with it?
What?
I'm actually sending the majority of it over to my Barovia player, Ash. So their setup is like they have to use their phone for their camera right now. Ash makes stuff. Yeah. A wonderful mod. I'm just sending it to Ash because like my setup is pretty like I'm not looking for a huge upgrade. Like if I was to get like a significantly better mic than this, I would use that. However, that's like a $700 mic and above the range of what these companies usually provide for these incentives. Because they usually cap out at like $200 to $300 Australian per item. Not bad by any means. Like that would be fucking amazing for other streamers. Like I probably could use the Razer microphone that they gave me, but if it's USB, I don't really need it. I need an XLR mic, or I would like an XLR mic to go into the thing that takes XLR. Otherwise, I'm changing my setup unnecessarily, and I don't need to. But yeah, Ash has to use their phone as their webcam, and it overheats really badly, and then their video dies. And as part of the things, Razer sent a webcam, and I went, oh. Ash, do you just like want to like borrow? It's not like give. It's like, but you're playing with us on a show. I want your setup to be good. Similar to how we were like, let's get you this webcam type thing. I was like, let's improve a setup so it will look the best it can, and like, you know, passively make the show better, and it makes the whole thing better on the channel. But like, also then they can use it for whatever else while they have it. So I've got like a mic, a light, a mouse. Probably send all those to Ash, yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know that was a big thing, actually, when the original casting call for Band of Badgers came out. There was actually, like, you need to have a nice quality microphone and a nice quality webcam.
That's what I do for all mine. I'm like, unless I know your setup already, I need these requirements for... just for like, I need this to sound good and look good.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard to like, if you want to be on these shows, you got to kind of invest in it a little bit yourself as well. Cause like you can have a shitty mic and camera, but it's like, it might be more of a one-shot basis that you get in for. Cause like people can't always afford the nicer stuff. I recognize that. But there is also like a level of, it's probably privileged to say, there is a level of like quality as well that you want to uphold and keep.
If you want this to be a thing, you have to be willing to put the money out to make it.
I'm always happy to also like go like, what's your budget? Let's work within that budget. Like if someone's like, I want to get this, I don't have a lot of money, I'd be like, okay, well, the first thing you should get is a mic. Always get a mic first. Then the second thing is, like we did with Ash, get a mic first, get a light second, get a camera or a webcam third. Like we said, you can use a phone. If the phone isn't going to crash on you and your phone is capable of sitting as a webcam for, 3 to 4 hours, great. The reason why we're upgrading Ash's webcam is that her phone's a bit older, so it overheats. And her room gets to like above 35 degrees sometimes, so double factor. Let's not use the phone as much.
And that is something that actually ended up happening with me on our stuff as well, is I'm still using the same mic that I had when we first started.
Oh, same.
I actually think my mic is probably the thing I should update next, because
you got a
this
Yeti,
is the first microphone I got, but this is not the first webcams that I've had. These webcams are upgrades from what we originally had.
Yeah.
I've upgraded my lighting, and now it's like, okay, well,
cycling backwards to the start again.
Now it's time to maybe get a better microphone. I don't know. I feel like I sound okay.
You sound fine.
Sound like crap, sick, but...
You sound completely fine, honestly. The thing I would actually say like is the next is because you said you were testing OBS and that was struggling. It would be your main hardware would be the next upgrade.
Get a new computer.
Well, I mean, I sent you all those parts if you want to try and use those one day. But yeah, that would be actually, I would say, the next thing. Because if you want to if you ever want to stream or do things like your web camera and stuff without it struggling too hard and still being able to watch the stream, you could very much go that route.
I should do that. Yeah, that's probably the better, more responsible thing. Getting a new computer.
I only say that because I'm like, you're already like halfway there. But it does mean tower instead of laptop.
The problem is I don't know how to build that stuff, and the people that do know how to do that stuff have been putting it off.
Well, then get the stuff and I'll sit on a call with you like I did with George.
Oh, God.
No, I literally did. George was like, how do I build this? And I was like, I can't be there today, but I can sit on a call with you. Here's how to do it. George did make a critical error and not be able to do it until he took it to the computer store and had made such a simple error that they were like, oh, God damn. But still. If you can't work it, if you've done the majority of the work and it won't turn on, your boys will probably be like, oh, you're so close to the end, let me try. Or if you just start doing it, they may come do it anyway.
That is absolutely the vibe.
Yeah, it's like if you just start, they may just continue with you. Like the ball rolling thing.
I do really want to get that box out of my freaking office.
Which one?
They're still in the box that got posted. All of the parts are still in the box you sent. Just sitting over there.
Fuck it up. What did I send you? I sent you like a motherboard, processor, RAM.
I have no idea.
It was like three main things from memory.
As soon as it got to my house, I gave it to Matt and was like, so here's some computer parts.
Surprised they haven't cannibalized it. They're good parts.
Just his stuff is he's doing more. We have a third 3D printer now.
Oh boy. Like, is it just a higher res one now?
No, so we've got the resin printer, we have the regular filament printer, and the one he just got is a multi-filament printer.
So it's like a color one, or?
It can do like several colors at a time.
I'm waiting for printing to start going like, all right, print more than one at the same time, like a multi-bed or something like that, or you know what I mean? Like you can be like, while this one's happening, I do this, but like consumer level is the other thing.
He showed me one of his new prints from the new printer that he got, and the print lines are almost non-existent.
Oh,
like
man.
I can tell the filament printer that we have, like I can tell that something has been printed in filament, because there are those like he's got it dialed down to like the filament lines are very 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 thin.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
The new one that he just got, the filament lines are almost non-existent.
Because I've seen you can get resin ones in like 12K printer now, and I'm like, oh my god.
Resin is pretty awesome.
But you said filament though. That's like thicker again usually.
Yeah, it takes the spools of filament, the new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost as smooth as the resin printer prints.
See, this is why like I'm so interested in printing, but I still can't get the hang of it. Like it's you know, now that I've got my meds, it'll probably save me in another emotional fucking breakdown. But it's like printing and me, I just find it hard.
It's like I was talking to my partner about it, and he's like, you need to be able to like pick up an entirely like it's
a whole hobby.
Skill. It's a whole hobby.
And that's what I didn't realize when I got into it. I was like, oh, this is like, everyone just says it's plug and play, and all the YouTube tutorials are like, oh, it's just so easy to use one. I'm like, it's really not. Like your knowledge is like when I dungeon master, it's automatic.
We had that conversation recently too. Is he's like, there are so many people who say it's like, oh, you just like plug it in and it'll just go, and he's like, it's so not that.
Yeah,
it isn't. Absolutely.
To dial it in,
like a whole other monster.
You really, and like, it's not friendly to brains who want to be good at something immediately.
Yeah,
and that's why I struggled so hard. I'm like, oh, I've been told so much, it's just easy, so therefore it should be easy. Why is it not easy? I'm bad at this. Oh god, I hate this. Yeah, but now that I'm more regulated, should have another go.
Yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah. I also know mine's only like a 4K printer. So like, I think the other hesitation I have is that I'm so ruined by the perfect quality of some of these sculpts we buy.
I think, but like, didn't you bought the same one that we
had? And a Mono X, yeah.
You got a Mono X, and that one's really, where are my miniatures that Matt just gave me?
I know they're really good. I'm just like, I fear that even if it's like really good for a 4K,
this was printed with that printer. Like,
true. What about like mini scale though, like the 25mm? Oh, fair. All right, yeah, nice.
I have ones that are fresh off the printer. Here, these are for that these are still have the sprue on them, but these are for our Japanese game.
Oh, nice. Do
so
like that.
Smooth. Let's see. Oh, this one's really good. Like, this is one of the fighters we have in our game. Maybe you can see it with the black.
Oh, he's
behind
samurai based. That's cool. Is he playing the
Yeah.
samurai subclass?
I don't know what subclass he's playing. This is the character. So he is a mystery.
Is he playing a lone wanderer archetype?
More like he keeps telling us his character's name is Rhodes. And he's like, I'm just a fisherman. I'm just a fisherman. This is Eris's character. She's playing a druid.
Nice.
And then we've got our mysterious sorceress. She's got like some lightning. She does like all lightning spells.
Yeah, I like that.
Just
I love those
lightning.
themed builds.
And then we've got my partner homebrewed this is a homebrew class called a Soru. They are like small monkey type creatures. They're based on like
Species, not class.
This is a species.
Yeah. I was like, hang on, you said class, but yes, fair.
He's playing an astral monk.
Oh.
He's like playing this like monkey class.
That's what Rin's playing in Barovia, and I didn't realize how cooked they were.
They're freaking cooked.
Yeah, they're cooked.
And this is my character. I'm playing a homebrew race called a Kitsune, and I'm playing a cleric. But I'm playing like a very basic like shrine maiden cleric.
So like, do you manifest tails as you progress in levels or something? Like, what's the?
I'm not allowed to have more tails.
But that's your whole thing as a Kitsune.
Well, so I can change form between human and fox. So like, this is my fox shape.
Oh, so you can shape change, like small shape change.
Yeah, I can. So the cool thing about the race that we've developed, that my partner developed, is I can be anything between fox and humanoid, where I look completely human. It also gives me some like trickery magic. We did it's a homebrew subclass for the cleric called the Cleric of Fortune. So it's a little bit more. We did a lot of because it's a homebrew world. There's a lot of homebrew in it, but it's very. I like how nice and balanced it feels.
Oh man! Speaking of homebrew, you want to hear about my Vecna campaign that I'm doing with Jess and the boys?
Absolutely.
Okay, so after session, there was 2 or 3. They got split off into different worlds. So it's a very multiverse hopping game. This one. You're in Neverwinter. Something happens. I did it a little differently to normal, but it's because I want to I want to do like a third of the campaign as homebrew, and then the rest of it as the book, just to like inject more stakes and Vecna into it. And so I want to. What I did was when they went to Neverwinter and they went to the graveyard, you get dropped into the Shadowfell and into Evernight, that dark city reflection. And so you have to escape from Evernight. And that's more or less the first chapter. When they got dropped into Evernight, half the party I sent to a completely different world. And then the other half of the party went to Evernight and has to work that out. But the other one, which Jess and Benji landed in, because we only had 4 players out of however many that evening, they landed in a world where it was based off a one-shot that Dread ran for us one time called Piece of Vecna, where they land in this, like, paradise. And they're like, oh, this place isn't so bad. And they look up and it's, like, a Vecna statue, and he's, like, in these, like, monastic robes doing his, like, hand and eye sigil symbol. And they're like, oh, that can't be good. And then, like, this being walks up to them like, hello, welcome. We've been expecting you. And then they start showing them around. They're like, okay, this place isn't pretty bad. They're like, what do you call you? And he's like, I don't really have a name. But I'm here to fulfill all of your needs and wishes. And they go, oh, can we call you Steven? He's like, it is now so. And his name became Steven. And then they were like, okay, we're getting the hang of this. Steven, can we have like a mansion? He's like, yes. What would you like in the mansion? And they just kept like mucking with it because it's, clearly got a being that can kind of do whatever you ask them, and they're gonna muck with that for a while. And then when they started getting bored of that, they're like, Steven, where's our friends? They're like, oh, they'll be here soon. They're like, what do you mean they'll be here soon? Like, how long have we been here? He's like, oh, not long, but if you wait, you don't need to eat and you don't need to sleep or breathe if you don't want to. You can do all of those things if you wish, but you are no longer needing to. Everything is taken care of. And they're like, oh, cool. Well, what the fuck's up with the big Vecna statue? And they go, oh, he's our savior. He is doing the work as our maker to put us where we need to be, and where we are is paradise. And they're like, well, we already don't like Vecna. He makes our brain hurt, so that's kind of messed up. Also, the players also know in the campaign Vecna's the main villain, and in the prequel adventure, he stole all them. He stole like very key memories core to their person. Now, then they start like questioning it a bit more. They're like, okay, so why is Vecna the leader? He's like, well, he's bringing us all together, and he's doing it in this way, and we just need to give him time, and that's why your friends will be here soon. They go, well, we kind of know Vecna's like fucking with reality right now, because his cult just dropped this crystal thing in Neverwinter, and now it's kind of eating Toril very slowly. And he's like, yes, that's how they do it. But it's fine here. What do you want? And they go, we want to leave. And he's like, why would you want to leave? This place is perfect. They're like, well, we want to be with our friends. And then he looks at Jess's character when she said that, and he goes, do you want to see your friends? She's like, yeah, I just want to be with my friends. Benji goes, don't wish for that. And then I put her like thousands of years in the future, and everyone's just kind of frozen, sitting next to each other in each of their perfect paradises, but she can't move. And all she can do is just sit around with her friends in this reality that Vecna has complete control over. And then I bring her back from that, because if this was later in the campaign, that would be her character done. Yeah. Like, she used effectively a wish spell to do something Wish will not do in the way that they would want. And I told her after, and she's like, yes, that makes sense. And that's why Benji said, don't wish for that. And then she goes like, no, I gotta get out of here. And then they ended up having to basically accept becoming one of Vecna's chosen in order to leave easily, the easiest way to leave. And then they gave them one of these seeds that collapse realities. And they go, well, for your first test, we have some coordinates for a place out in the astral sea that we need you to do. And they're like, okay, so what if we don't do it? They're like, well, we'll have an employee evaluation after that. And this is after they had like mucked around with creating clones of themselves, and then they were like, no, I don't really want the clone anymore. And then when they dismissed the clone, it would like atomize them right in front of their other selves, and in excruciating detail. And then at one point Benji was like, oh, what does that feel like? And he's like, do you wish to have that happen? He goes, yeah, I'll try it. And then it shreds and atomizes Benji's character. And then Jess goes, no, he didn't mean that. Bring him back. And he comes back in the same fashion. He's like, what did that feel like? And I'm like, every nerve ending that you could have was on fire, but in a way that was never ending. And you felt that twice. And then Benji's like, I throw up. Straight away, he comes back. He's just like, So I wanted to see what it was like when you gave, like, it's like the players know out of game that it's going to be kind of weird and horrible because Vecna clearly controls this place. But like, I also wanted to see like if they basically had a sandbox to have anything, how long would it take them to get bored of that? And it took about an hour. They talked to many Stevens, renamed them all. Every one of the attendants are now called Steven, but the name is spelt slightly differently. They kept asking Stevens what their favorite food was, and they were just generally mucking around with the Stevens. And then they went, how do we leave? And then they had to, like, have a conversation about how they had to leave. Because they were like, well, we just want to see our friends. They're like, well, your friends will be here soon. When the seed consumes Toril, they'll be here pretty quickly. They're like, how long is that going to take? They're like, 2 weeks to a month. And they're like, okay, now we have 2 weeks to a month to save Toril from whatever this is. Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. How long before wishes come into commonplace? Welcome to billionaireism. Yeah. But yes, like, I dropped them there, and then meanwhile in the Shadowfell, it was very much like the Arcane episode where Jace is in hell, and
oh my god,
and then Heimer and Echo are just in the good place. That's kind of the dichotomy we had, and this is before I had that plan even before I saw that part of Arcane, but I found it very amusing that now I had a pop culture reference to fall back on.
I can't wait for we're playing basically like I thought it was funny like so in the like Asian style game that we're playing on Saturdays now, we all have kind of picked different pop culture things to kind of use use for inspiration in our characters.
Yeah.
Like Alex's character is very much based on like
which one's Alex's? Is he the Ronin?
He's playing the monkey.
Oh yeah. Oh, is he like like Sun Wukong?
He like kind of like Wukong, but like very if Uncle Iroh was like a worshiper of Wukong.
Okay.
Like he drinks a lot of tea and gives us really bad advice.
That's pretty fun. Does he have like them preloaded when he comes to the game?
No, he just comes up with stuff off the cuff.
That's very funny.
Because he's just like
when Zuko tries it, kind of thing. I want to
be able to like give people advice, but I want it to be really bad advice.
Yeah. Sometimes if you think really hard, you will go to sleep.
Whereas like the guy who's playing the Ronin style character, he's picked up on like old style Japanese films, the Kurosawa.
Oh yeah.
Films. Like a lot of his stuff is built on like the old Kurosawa movies. Eris's character is very Princess Mononoke. And I've got like more of a anime like Inuyasha style Sailor Moon kind of vibe going on, which is very interesting. He's like, I love how everybody kind of picked something different that they really cared about that's like kind of in like Asian pop culture.
Yeah,
everybody picked something kind of different.
Now, what I'm hoping for in your game is someone makes a sick as hell Akira reference, but like depending on where you are at the time, you could like drift a horse or a motorbike or a carriage, you know, like some kind of slide needs to happen.
I'm waiting for we're gonna have a beach episode.
Hell yeah!
Gotta have the beach episode.
An episode where everyone's kind of normal people, and then you're wandering through regular life, eating cheesecakes and sweets, or maybe you open a cafe together, or Satan joins you and you work in a McDonald's.
We've had some pretty I mean, we've only played 4 sessions so far, but it's been very fun.
Sounds fun.
I forgot how much I miss being a player.
Yeah, that's it, right? That's why I really like Dragon Break so much, is because I get to play, which is so rare for me.
Well, you're gonna play in my Odyssey game, right?
Yeah. I have not been thinking, because I was like, I could totally put something on Fridays in our schedule, but I keep not planning anything because I'm like, but I could play Odyssey. I could play. in Odyssey. I could play in Odyssey, Matt. You should play a game. I was actually thinking of what character I would play as well, and I'm like, do I go more like just really easy for me to just go into a funny character? Because it's the default of being a fucking sicko mode goblin. And so I'm like, do I want to try something different? Like in Castleton, I'm like a soft, anxious, sad boy character in that one. Actually, speaking of, I'm doing a recording in about half an hour of that. We will be stopping just about 10 minutes earlier than normal, as a side note, around 12:50, so I can quickly change clothes and get ready for that. It's just to everyone in the chat, we will not be running long. Gosh, what was I trying to say? But yeah.
Sad boy.
Depending on like the party comp, I might do something a little different.
Yeah, it really depends. 'Cause I feel like so the game that Nathan was in, I feel like everybody took their characters pretty seriously. They had some very like serious type characters.
I say serious, but I'm like, I don't mean like mooding, edgy, broody. I mean like something that's not just like
something that's not like a joke character.
Yeah, because like I don't play frequently enough to make it anything other than just like a go ham, go have a little fun.
Whereas like the game that I'm DMing right now, the characters, the players that are in that are a little bit more loosey goosey, a little bit more fun, lighthearted. So it's like I feel like it depends on the group dynamic. Do you want this to be like, that'll be definitely something that we have a conversation in a session 0. Like, do you want this to be like a Greek mythic, or do you want this to be kind of like a comedy? I mean,
it's like no matter what you plan, right? Because you could go like, we could sorry.
It depends, because I've played games where when everybody takes it kind of seriously, it takes on that more epic feeling. It becomes more of like a Grecian epic, on the scale of being like one of those harrowing tales of good triumphing over evil. Whereas the more funny games are like, their characters, they're still triumphing over good and evil, but they're doing it in a more like
lighter way,
lighthearted way.
So you're saying like we're either going to have God of War, or we're going to have we're going to either have God of War kind of seriousness, or we're going to have like I've immediately forgotten all the Greek comedy stuff. Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Not Greek, but you know what I mean. The silly mythology. I mean, mind you, if I see Jeff Goldblum in Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Like, if Jeff Goldblum, and you can do a Jeff Goldblum Zeus impression, holy shit. Oh, Chaos. I'm literally thinking of him in Chaos. Is he Zeus in Chaos?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Look, Jeff Goldblum Zeus, I would love. Or Zeus archetype.
Yeah, because there isn't really like a Zeus in this.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, is there a pantheon like of people to choose from and do piety?
So there are the pantheon. There are 2 pantheons technically. There are the Titans, which are like the primordial forces of the world. Those are the mother goddess Thylea, who is also the namesake of the island. There is Kentamine the Hundred-Handed. He is a god of fury, and he protects Thylea from outside forces. There is the Lord of Storms.
Does Thylea like the Gaia type thing?
Yeah, she's kind of like Gaia. She is a force that is like Thylea is. She's the mother goddess in that she is the island itself. But she also doesn't personify, because she is such like, she's supposed to be like ancient beyond all reasoning.
Like is she a progenitor then of the others?
Yes. So
Okay.
she's the mother goddess. She's the mother of Sidon and his sister wife Lutheria, who is the lady of dreams and death.
Cool.
And then there is the pantheon of the five gods, who is Mitros, the goddess of the dawn. Her husband Vulcan, the god of the forge.
I was about to say, is Vulcan Forge or Volcano related?
He is forge related. Yep.
Yeah.
There and then there are three children: Pythor, the god of battle; Valis, the goddess of wisdom; and Kyra, the goddess of music and trickery.
Nice.
And those are the two pantheons that exist in that particular mythos.
That's pretty cool.
It is very cool. I like the themes of that game. Excuse me while I go into an Odyssey rant.
No, do it. Actually, I realized I think I have a perfect player that I might reach out to if she's free for it. She runs her own like Greek mythology inspired
I'm gonna say, is that
campaign
the
currently.
girl that we played with? That
Yeah,
one
Madaloon.
shot
Yeah.
accidentally-
It will be Madaloon. That's who it's if Madaloon is free, I think, because she was like, this is like Greek mythology is my special interest level interested in it. Her words. And so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she'd love to be in this or
He
invited.
does that Percy Jackson game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I fanned over her a little bit.
Yeah, she does TikToks and stuff too.
Yeah, I know. That's where I was like, I realized that I
Oh.
watch her stuff all the time.
Yeah, no, she pops up on my feed.
It was like the whole game it was bothering me. And I was like, I recognize her from something and I can't figure it out. And then I opened up my TikTok and she was right there. And I was like, ah!
You're like, oh, I know where. Oh, she's in my phone. It's wild how many creators you'll just kind of meet that like just pop up all the time in your stuff. You're like, oh, this makes sense because I literally am interested in the things that they have coincidentally been doing as a living or like adjacent living. Because I also do that.
As I think the funniest thing, because like she got I was introduced to her. She did a TikTok about drunken monks and having Aussie accents.
Oh yeah. Oh, were they like just like, yeah, I've been drinking the VB and I'm a bit fucked, eh?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. And then I saw we
The
did
VB monk.
that one shot, and I checked out her show. And I'm not particularly into Percy Jackson, but I do love
Like the
this
way that
stuff.
they've done it.
Yeah.
All right, that's some panel lining.
I'm almost done. Hold on.
I'm not done yet. I just I'm showing the progress, but like the contrast, I've amped it everywhere.
Oh my god, he looks so freaking
It's
cool.
so defined now.
He looks so awesome.
Yeah, got that separation happening. Just making it pop.
So I can't wait to do Celestine because I'm gonna do that brilliant gold armor.
Oh,
Can't do
actually,
Celestine. Celestine's last on the list though.
I actually got a Blood Angels captain really cheap recently. And I saw in one of the painting suggestions on the box, you can make him like a Sanguinor captain looking guy, which is fully like, it's like the molded faceplate captains with like completely gold armor. But they also have like on their armor, the abs are printed. And something about painting that guy like fully gold if I don't cannibalize his parts for a conversion sounds fun. Because I bought him to cannibalize the parts in case I need it for conversion. I was like, yeah, this is a super cheap investment if I want to do that. He's already on special. I'm not spending like $70 on a mini. I'm spending 30.
It's just like I really want to do. I don't know. I've been seeing, there is a guy I see on TikTok that does like synthwave Space Marines or like synthwave like paint jobs. I was like, I want to do something like that.
I've noticed a lot of synthwave ones are like airbrush requirement because they do this really smooth transition. That would be a really long glaze or wet blend otherwise.
Yeah, but like I really like the ones that are like.
Well, don't take me wrong. This is not a don't do it. It's like a
like batch paint. I feel like you could batch paint the synthwave and then do all the black in like outside. I don't know. I just really want to do some pastel. I want to do a pastel army. So I feel like my sisters are so fucking dark.
I think you should do the bubblegum pop out of the spare Space Marines you got. Just do like a squad of them.
Bubblegum. You don't know what? I should.
You should do it some because like all of the bits that I saw on all of these videos for the bubblegum pop Space Marines, it's all like they just get like.
I got
stuff.
this contrast paint and I really want to use it. This Doomfire.
Oh, that one's
magenta.
bright as hell.
I want to use this. I want to make. I want to do a whole squad of Marines in this.
Yeah.
Or that'd be really good for. I know we talked a little bit about doing the Gundam paint style. That's the black and like the super bright color.
Yeah.
That would be really good in that too. Is like do like black bits, but then like the bright pink.
Found it.
Yeah. Like just like look how cool this purple looks with this. Like already, look how amazing she looks. Ugh. Like. Oh yeah, those are the ones that I've seen.
These are the ones, right?
Yeah, those are the ones.
There's a video though somewhere of like how like. Oh, maybe this is like a new. Oh no, here it is.
I just saw their basing video.
It's the basing video that I'm trying to find.
I have that one favorited on my TikTok.
I mean, it's this account. I just I need to find the videos area. Reels. There we go.
Look how pretty.
Bases for Du Bois. This is it.
So freaking cute. It's purple.
But yeah, they got like accessories. You just get them all off Amazon. Like they got donuts and things. I think this is just so fun. And also paint. Oh my god. The glitter is the dirt. I like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one, but this is good.
Oh, you haven't seen this one? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen this one specifically. I've seen the one where she's buying all of the materials for it because she like showed on Amazon where she got it.
I absolutely love the glitter bases and like her patting it all down and then putting the charms on.
I love that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what
Look
are the
how cute it is though.
Maybe it's this one. Bubblegum Angels. Oh yeah, it's this one. Do not gatekeep. Yeah, so it's like glitter from Amazon or wherever. Like you can just get all dollar store stuff. I mean, I don't like buying from Temu because I don't want them to have my credit card.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can buy all this stuff from like just dollar stores. Just little bits. It's all little bits.
I think I like this one the most. Like, look how cool that overcoat is gonna be.
Yeah, that's nice. I also think I want like a little photo box or like make one. Like a little collapsible mini photo box thing.
Oh yeah,
I could just like set up after stream, you know?
I have a massive photo box that I haven't used since I closed my Etsy shop.
I'm so silly. I literally have spare cubes I could turn into one.
Oh yeah, you should just do that. You just flip it in, you just like flip it over and then light it nicely.
Yeah.
Voila, photo box.
I mean, I've already got like, I just don't like, I won't downlight one of them. I might even make it like this one here. And I might just make it like collapsible and then that's where like in progress stuff can sit as well.
Yeah.
Because I've also got like one of those little turn plinth things as well. I just needed to make sure it doesn't like, it's a cheap one, so it kind of goes like, if you use slow motion, it's like a little bit, but oh well.
Oh my god, I just wonder at the gorgeous details of these fucking miniatures.
Amazing.
And it's like the purple, it looks fucking good.
How many batch paint did you end up getting done?
I got
One,
them
two,
all
three,
done.
four.
They're
All of them?
done.
Hell yeah.
They're all batch painted.
Oh, sorry. I gotta.
All 1, 2, 3,
That out of the
4,
way.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 Sisters of Battle base. All base painted.
Anyone would like to see that Instagram account, by the way, it is, this one's called Bubblegum Angels.
Ooh.
That's so many. This is why batch paint good. This is why batch paint good.
Well, it's not even just that. It's like the fact that because it's just the tabards and the sleeves, it's so simple, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 17. Because it's literally just the tabards, these like front and back tabards, and then the sleeves. I'll probably go back and just touch them up in better light to make sure that I got all of the areas that are gonna be visible. But I'm not gonna obsess about it. And then all I have to do is dry brush them with the purple, and then do because I now do the base, dry brush, wash, so everything is kind of cohesive.
Yeah.
And then I might do a little bit of a dry brush afterwards just to pick up some like super highlights. But other than that, then that means that the tabards are done, and then I can go on to gold from there. And once I go on to gold, they're almost done. I just have to go. The arduous part, and this is something I can't do on stream because it is very detail oriented and I will never get it done, is I do have to do all of the heads, but I already primed all of the heads in white, so the hair is done. It's just I have to do the face.
He's got to do the white bit, yeah. The face.
The eyes. The fucking eyes.
I
wish I could
still
be
avoid
more
eyes as
people.
much as I can.
I wish I could be one of those people that paints the face and then has the bravery to like paint the black and the white inside without making a huge mess, because I am definitely
Yeah.
a mess.
So fair.
I have to find.
Oh, I got cool news from the editor the other day.
Ooh.
We have 11 episodes, well, roughly 11 episodes of the chapter in a good state.
Ooh.
For the YouTube series. Which is good, because it's been a while, like, it's, admittedly a long time, but, the rest of us are like, we are very clearly burnt out on editing, so having this, like, drip feed progress is good, even though, like, I feel guilty that it's, like, come June, July area, it will have been 2 years since we filmed it, but, like, I don't know, I feel like doing the streaming and doing the other stuff in terms of, not burning out on just spending 20 hours a week editing on top of everything else I'm doing
is the most important part.
I feel like it was the right call, even though it is slower. I'm no longer stressed about it because I'm doing other stuff at the same time.
I think the only other thing I have to do, so this guy goes, the cool thing is this guy goes right to the gold step, although I probably should paint him. Paint this dude. But because he's not gonna, this guy doesn't have any purple on him, he gets to go right to the flesh and gold state. Look how freaking cool this thing looks. Or the fact that I accidentally painted him silver.
Yeah, he looks great. They look great. I really can't tell what's tied up there.
I think it's a dude. Yeah, it's a dude. This is the smash the patriarchy model. It's so funny because like Alex is like, oh, you've got to get this priest. You don't have him yet. And I was like, there's no room for men in my army. Except for this one guy. But he's strapped to a machine and that's it. Sorry. I'm super excited for it. I'll show these. I was showing these to Matt earlier. So I've got these other flying gals that I have mostly finished. So this is the Sister Superior. These are... Oh, there's a different... These are not... This is Zephram. That's what they're called. This is the Zephram ladies. They're the ones that have swords and pistols. Where's the one that I have almost finished? There we go. So these are Zephram... this is a Zephram squad, Whereas these girls, these are the Seraphim squads. The Seraphims are the 2 pistols. Zephrams are the sword ladies. They also have these cool spikes on their jetpacks, which is why I picked the Zephram.
Kind of interesting that they put them in different data cards, even though they're just a different loadout technically. They get different abilities.
They've got different abilities.
No.
I don't know. I haven't looked at them side by side in a while. I think I have her in a box and got sick before I could paint them. These like Zephram ladies, they're super cool. This freaking flag was the thing that killed me. I had to take a whole afternoon to get all of these tiny details.
Oh yeah, they do have different key abilities.
I just realized my camera. Yay.
So,
and then this freaking flame, man.
That flame looks so good.
Isn't it freaking cool looking?
That's a really good flame.
I can't believe I did that. Yeah. I have to do that again on this lady. She's got some fire on her. She's got a whole backpack of fire.
A whole backpack of fire? Oh, yes. She's got like the brazier backpack.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay. So one of these, I understand now. One is like, one's the shooting profile ones. The others want to move around faster to get in combat. That's basically, everything is basically the same except their weapon loadout and then one ability each. Otherwise, they have the same stat line.
Yeah. They're pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
But
all right, let's get out of here. Yeah.
You can go do your thing.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Leia. I'm the Forge Sorceress. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can look at my my Twitter account, I guess. I don't post as often as I should, but I'm trying to get better at that in the new year. I am also a DM for hire, not on that website though. If you go to my Start Playing, which is in chat right now, I do all kinds of games. I am open for requests for games right now. I don't have any open games as of right now, but I'm gonna be starting some new games here in the new year. I'm very excited about that. Like some Viking going.
Nice.
Okay. Going from Norse Greek mythology to Norse mythology. Let's go.
You like all your mythologies.
I do love my mythologies. I just need one for Egyptian mythology and I'll be fucking set.
Hell yeah. I'm on Ket. Look into the Magic the Gathering setting. It's pretty cool. So, incoming ad break. Well, we're going to get out of here before that happens. Hey, I'm Matt. If you are new here, I run the show over here. We'll be back on next week with Barovia, maybe, I think, just in case. We might run a one-shot if nothing's on in terms of the players and availability. So we'll see you next Tuesday for that. Tomorrow night, actually, Jess and I will be doing a little couch co-op stream that we've been wanting to do for a little while. We had Dragon Break on Tuesday, so that's where it normally will be. But we're going to start playing It Takes Two together from tomorrow night. And the first Reddit comment I read about that game was, it's a great game for couples who are looking to get a divorce proceeding. So we'll see if we lost that in that one. Apparently, it's a really fun game. I played it with my spouse.
We weren't looking to get divorced, but we did fight.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, I can't wait to argue with Jess about what we're doing on that game.
It's so much fun. It's such stupid shit.
Okay, so we're going to raid over to our friend who was in our latest season, actually. That's being edited, Lena Moon. They are a comedian from Melbourne, Australia, like all of us here. And yeah, it looks like they're playing some Red Dead Redemption. So let's go say hi to them. Let's go see what they're doing.
Love that.
Yeah, they're playing a bit of Red Dead. I can see they're running around at Arthur Morgan. They're in some kind of tavern right now. So, when we get in there, we shall have a little say hi. Let them know what you're doing. Give them a follow. Where's my raid button? There it is. All right, we'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.
See you later. Have a good day. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follow. See you later.